Okay.
So she's affectionately known as the cat lady.
I'm a crazy cat lady.
Can we can get started? Okay. We're going to get started. First of all, I'd like to say thank you for coming out. My name is Val Free, and I am the volunteer executive director of the Planning Coalition. Free. Now, let me say, so that we're not confused. The last meeting, I understand that some people didn't know who the Planning Coalition was.
Right.
So I wanted to make sure we clear that up. I was a little under the weather, so I wasn't really thinking about that. I was just wanting to be quiet as soon as possible. Okay. So just to give you a little background of the Planning Coalition, it's been around since 1994, and it became a 501c3 in 1998. For about 7 years up until last year, it had been lying sort of dormant in the community. And I came along because I was working with another group called the South Shore Neighborhood Network. We pretty much had the same ideas of organizing the community, bringing the community together, and making sure that the community had a voice in what goes on in the community. So we decided, they asked me would I be take that over since it was a 501c3 and we can actually probably get some funds to work that out. And that's pretty much what it is. We have a block club. What we've been doing in the last year and a half is for starting block clubs, reactivating block clubs, and partnering with block clubs. Right now we have a Southeast Side Block Club Alliance, which I work with Charles Kyle. He'll give you more information on that. This year is almost over. We just had a general assembly, what we call block club assembly for block club leaders to come out. And we had about 60 block club leaders. In some cases, some of them represented 12 to 15 blocks. And from there, that's how we started that. And this kind of came along out of the block clubs to let's take this on because no one had said let's take this on. And that's pretty much where we are. I've been in the community pretty much all my life. I either lived in South Shore or Inglewood, and then I moved back to South Shore. So I'm here. I haven't always been a participant in the community. I did corporate America for 20 years, and now I'm a participant in the community because I see I have some skills from corporate that I can use in the community. And I started out organizing in where I live at. And I started a tenant association. The word got out how well we were doing, and it just kind of grew from there. Just kind of give you some information about me. But I want to stick to the agenda. I only had 2 minutes, so I'm going to turn it over to Charles to talk about the Block Club Alliance, and we're going to kind of move this forward so we can get you out on time. Is that okay? Yes. Oh, two things I want to say. Ground rules we have. We work really hard to put these meetings together, and I really do mean that. And please don't take this in the wrong way. If you want contact information, please just let us know. We'll post your stuff on Facebook, on the our website, so people can get it. And just so you also just be careful who you give your contact information to, because you don't know everybody in the room. I don't either. But just be careful. That's all I want to put out there. So if there are organizations in the room that want to share information, starting next week, we'll be posting your stuff on our Facebook page so that people can contact you and be on your list. Is that okay?
That's great.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, my name is Charles Cow, and I guess I've been coordinating the block clubs for a while, and I really came about that because I live in South Shore. I've lived here all my life, and I work in South Chicago, and so that's, both the communities encompass. The Southeast Block Club Alliance came about because here on the Southeast side, particularly in South Shore, we have the same schools, the same stores, the same problems and ideas, but we are represented by 3 different aldermen. And the farther south you go, you have your different representatives and different Cook County commissioners. and we don't have anything to rally around. Who do you rally around if you live around on the same block? But I'll stay in the 7th ward and you stay in the 5th ward. Or I'll stay in the 7th ward and you stay in the 8th ward. And so you rally around the people in your community. You rally around your block club, and that's really where it came about from. And that's it.
I'll talk about strategy and the importance of strategy. What the approach I think we're going to take, and a lot of it's going to really be an outcome of our meeting today. But we're looking at strategy from 3 points of view: immediate, intermediate, and long-term strategy. We're thinking about it. Our intermediate goal would be something like, we don't want to, as Val said at our last meeting, we don't want to be on the table, we want to be at the table. So we're not children. As the mayor and the aldermen meet with various grocers, we want to be represented at that table. We don't want them to come back to us and say, here, this is what you have. We know what we want. We're all intelligent, thinking people. So our immediate goal, I feel, should be to be at the table. The intermediate goal is to get a grocery store that we want, based on a consensus of our community. And that's part of the reason why we're meeting here today. To, we got a survey out there, and we want to hear from people. And, leaders, we have to make leaders know that, this is not a communist country, it's a democracy. They're basically just facilitators, and that they're here to serve us. And in South Shore, we have a rich history of letting people like that know. That's why we have a country club. They were going to close our country club down, and we shut that down. We have a country club. They were going to shut our bank down years ago. I don't know if you know the history of the South Shore Bank, but it was, unfortunately, it went under. But before then, it was a model for the country in terms of investing in a community. One of the reasons why South Shore didn't go down like a lot of communities is because the people in the community fought for things like that bank. So that's what this is about. A long-term strategy may be a couple things. To rebrand South Shore, we're getting a lot of bad press, which only gives you a real thin view of who we are. And the other thing, too, is to maybe do some economic stimulating in our immediate community. Because if anybody looks at the data on violence, that's tied to basically unemployment. So all of this it's all connected. So, and the other thing, and I don't really think I have to communicate that to most of the people in this room. I think you kind of know that, it's not that you are important. Every community is a reflection of the people in that community, and being at the table like we are now. So as you talk to people out there, let them know they have a voice, and that they are, that they do have power, and that it's not enough just to vote for an elected official, and then, every 4 years, we have to hold them accountable. And it's things like, this is where democracy starts. This is where the rubber meets the road, and events like this. So just know that you are empowered. Okay? Thank you. And I'm Vicky Wooten. I've been in this community since I was about 3 or 4 years old. Went to the grammar schools, went to the high schools, taught at the high schools, and I still live here.
South Shore.
South Shore. Whatever's next. Who's next? You next. Go. The facts. Just the facts, ma'am.
Oh yeah, we did skip the icebreakers.
Oh, the icebreaker. I didn't know who was doing it, so I just got it.
You were also going to talk about...
Yeah, I'm towards the end.
Okay.
Say, Val, who's going to do the icebreaker? Who's going to facilitate the
I
icebreaker?
forgot all about the icebreaker.
That's okay. Come right back to it.
We're making some more copies. Okay. Okay, so the icebreaker. You want to do the icebreaker?
Not necessarily.
Sorry, you can do the icebreaker.
I don't even know what it is.
Okay, the icebreaker.
Okay, I'm not sure how we can make this an icebreaker, but this is a good question here. Does being at the table regarding a new great grocer make a difference to you? I think that's a really good question, and some people have been posting over the last few days on the Planning Coalition's website about that. One of the interesting things is how we need to be part of the decision for what businesses we will be spending our money at in our community. And I keep saying our. Not I, not one person. That one person who might represent us. should be able to get information from us and take that information and represent us based on that. So, I'm not sure how we can do this as an icebreaker,
Well,
if
just
anybody has
talk
any
to
ideas.
each other.
But,
Pick someone next to you and have that conversation. You have 2 minutes to do it, and you have to listen. Like, just someone that's, is that important to you or not? So you don't know.